see, Hong Kong wasn't always a city shrouded in political tension and uncertainty. There was a time when it was a shining beacon of prosperity, freedom, and vibrant culture. Picture the 1980s and 90s. Hong Kong was thriving as a global financial hub. Its bustling markets, dynamic business environment, and rich culture drew everyone from all over the world. Under British rule from 1842 to 1997, Hong Kong transformed into a major international trade port and financial center, and still is. The British administration brought in a stable legal system, fostering economic growth and attracting foreign investments. And this stability was a huge part of what made Hong Kong so special. And then there was the entertainment. Legends like Chow Yun-fat and Stephen Chow lit up the silver screens with unforgettable films like The God of Gamblers and Kung Fu Hustle. These movies weren't just entertaining, by the way. They were a showcase of Hong Kong's creative spirit. In the world of music, you got stars like Leslie Cheung, Danny Chan become household names. Their voice echoed through the streets, touching the hearts of Hong Kong residents. Cantopop, with its heartfelt lyrics and catchy tunes, was a huge part of Hong Kong's national identity. From the vibrant street markets to lively festivals, Hong Kong was no doubtedly a place where tradition and modernity coexisted in harmony. The rule of law, a free press, and open markets allowed Hong Kong to flourish. It was a place where you could truly feel free, a stark contrast to mainland China. Or at least we thought. But then, everything changed with the turn of the millennium. The 1997 handover from British to Chinese rule came with the promise of one country, two systems. This was supposed to grant Hong Kong a high degree of autonomy and preserve its way of life for at least 50 years. However, as the years went by, tensions between Hong Kong's desire for freedom and the Chinese government's increasing control began to surface. In 2014, the Umbrella Movement saw thousands take to the streets, demanding democratic reforms and universal suffrage. Despite the peaceful nature of these protests, the response was often harsh. Police used tear gas and force to disperse the crowds. The world watched as Hong Kong's struggle for democracy became a symbol of resistance. And then things escalated further in 2019. Sparked by a controversial extradition bill, many feared it would undermine Hong Kong's judicial independence. What started as a protest against the bill then grew into a broader movement against Beijing's tightening grip. The protests were marked by unprecedented levels of violence, mass arrest, and increasingly authoritarian response from the authorities. Carrie Lam, the chief executive of Hong Kong, was seen by many as a traitor to the people. Appointed by a pro-Beijing committee, Lam's government repeatedly ignored the citizens' demands, pushing forward policies that favored mainland China's interest over those of Hong Kong's residents. Her unwavering support for the extradition bill, despite massive public outcry, only fueled the unrest. The government's refusal to listen to its own people, coupled with the increasing apparent influence of the CCP in appointing Hong Kong leaders, eroded any remaining trust in the administration. The national security law imposed in 2020 marked a significant turning point. It practically silenced dissent, leading to the arrest of prominent activists and journalists, and signaling a new era of censorship and control. The CCP is killing Hong Kong as we speak, slowly but surely. The original time of one country, two systems has lost its meaning. The CCP called the Sino-British Joint Declaration a historical file with no real meaning in today's world, showing that the erosion of Hong Kong's autonomy was only a matter of time. This is how the CCP operates. They flood an area they want to assimilate with Han Chinese, who only speaks Mandarin. Cantonese will be outlawed, traditional characters will be banned, Hong Kong will become Xianggang, and anything that echoes Hong Kong's colonial past will be wiped out. The CCP does not believe in the strength of diversity. The Beijing government has already grabbed Hong Kong, rendering the original agreement year meaningless. Any election held now only allows candidates chosen by the CCP. Publishers and bookstore owners known for their critical views have disappeared overnight, and the CCP has shown it can enforce any law it desires on Hong Kong. Now, some people are saying that it's now become a war. How on earth would that even be possible? Unarmed civilians against the PLA. Despite my lack of regard for the PLA, such a conflict would be extremely one-sided. The original protests were not violent. Actions by both uniformed and undercover cops ensured they soon became so. This is a tried and tested method by any regime wanting to show its strength. Once the security law went into effect, the soul of Hong Kong died. Its people, already suffocated by stringent COVID-19 and police measures, became nothing more than a shell of their own former selves. The security law became everything that democracy activists feared, a dagger that killed the soul of Hong Kong and all that made it special. As we look towards the future, the fate of Hong Kong seems increasingly uncertain. The CCP's relentless grip continues to tighten, and the city's unique identity is being systematically dismantled. The forced assimilation is in full swing. Cantonese is slowly being phased out, replaced by Mandarin. Traditional characters are a hallmark of Hong Kong's written language are being supplanted by simplified characters. The cultural erasure is evident. Freedom of expression, once a cornerstone of Hong Kong's society, is now heavily curtailed. The media operates under strict censorship, and any form of dissent is quickly silenced. The Great Firewall of China looms over Hong Kong, threatening to cut off its access to the free world. The promise of one country, two systems has been broken. The CCP's actions have shown that 2047 is merely a formality. The control is already here. Elections are a facade, but only CCP-approved candidates are allowed to run. The people of Hong Kong are left with little hope for genuine autonomy. Internationally, there has been condemnation and sanctions, but these measures seem to have little effect on CCP's actions. The global community watches, but the question remains, what can truly be done to help Hong Kong? As we witness the transformation of Hong Kong, it is crucial to remember the city's golden days and the values it stood for. The battles for Hong Kong's soul is far from over, and its story serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of freedom. My name is Leo Jiang. I'm 16 and this is my first YouTube video. This marks the beginning of an incredible journey, a journey where we fight for the cause and keep the spirit of Hong Kong alive. I have so much more to share both online and in real life. I would like to go to Hong Kong and document everything there. So if you do like this kind of content, if you like my video, do consider subscribing down below and join my community in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.